Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm going to be talking about this is a topic for spiritual women business owners about why are you struggling or why is it that you're not creating what you want? And I'm just going to go ahead and share the video here. If my internet is working. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to share this out. And if you're popping on here, please say hello. Okay. All right. Let me just see. I'm going to bring my friend. Okay, Padma on here. So I'm just waiting for that. So we're gonna be talking about something juicy here today, and I'm just waiting for her to come live.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Actually, you had
Earphones?
yeah.
Okay. Can I just quickly go get it?
No problem. So if you're coming on live, so we can know you're here. Padma is using earbuds so that we have the background noise.
Okay. There you go. Is it better?
So much better. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on here today. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Yes. Today's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, when I just want to give like a little premise before we kind of go into sharing your experience, but I'm talking to the spiritual women business owner that feels like she's been taking a lot of action and not really creating the results that she wants. She feels stuck. She feels overwhelmed. Maybe she doesn't know what to do next. And basically, the key to breaking out of that is to be true to who you are. Now, I'm not just talking about like in general, I'm talking about very specifically who you are at soul level. That is where the disconnect happens. And Padma's going to share her experience here in a few minutes about how I was able to help her reconnect with her, who she is at soul level, to be able to leverage that to create what she wants in her business. So here's the thing is that there are so many different ways we can market ourselves, right? We have all these different, the beauty of the internet, we can get lost in all these different ways. We can try to follow other people's systems. We can try to follow what we see works for other people, and basically end up just exhausted and kind of confused and lost as to why we're not creating the results that we want for ourselves. And I did an Akashic record reading for Padma this morning, and really helping her come back to who she is at soul level and be able to use that to create and be who she is in her business to create what she wants. So Padma, do you want to just share, like, what did you get most out of the reading this morning?
So thank you so much. That reading was just phenomenal. It was eye-opening. So a lot of what you said, it was almost like it was not new information, but it resonated on this very deep level because part of me was questioning like how do I put myself out there? What's the most effective way to promote what showing up, like doing with my business, because time is limited right now. I have two young kids and I want to make the best out of what I'm doing. And so this is where what you shared with me was so helpful. And it was like this light bulb went off, like, of course, it totally made sense. So let me share a little bit about, is that okay if I share? So a few things that you had shared with me was I am most, I almost like blossom when I'm connecting with people one-on-one or like in a group, like in person. And so writing is really not the best use of my time. And that was like, oh my God, thank you so much, because writing is hard for me. And I would keep beating myself up saying like, why can't I write better? Why can't I write these enormous, like, beautiful blogs or posts? But what I shine most is when I am doing this, like connecting with people, talking from my heart and being present. And that's what you highlighted for me, like saying, and then you also shared that community is really important for me. And that was again another like, of course, that totally, this is how I thrive. I need a community. And in the last year and a half, I'd kind of shrunk a little bit, like not doing these things. And because, you know, a lot of different reasons, but I didn't feel good having shrunk like that, like not showing up in the ways that are most where my soul thrives. And so this was so effective, just hearing these things. So now I know how to use my time. So that was the biggest help.
Yes, and there was a really amazing thing that happened too, because specific to who Padma is personal relationships are key. They're essential for her, and to be able to use those personal relationships to build her business. I was saying to her, you need to ask for referrals. That is going to be a way that you're going to really be able to blossom. And then what happened?
That was amazing. So even before our call got over, my phone kept dinging and I didn't look at it. And then I looked at it right before our call ended, and there was already someone referring another person to me. It was almost like I just needed to say yes to that experience. And then that was it. Like it just started to flow already. And it was so uplifting and empowering to know that, okay, this is the path to take.
Right, because it's so easy for us, right? Like you're saying, I have to write these blog posts, or I have to write these long Facebook posts or these articles, because that makes sense, right? Like rationally it makes sense, but it negates who you are, because using your words is not your it's not your special gift.
Right.
You have special gifts, and when we honor, there are people that have those gifts. But when we honor what is true for us and who we really are at soul level, we create what we want with ease. It's like, oh, of course I love building relationships and being in person and connecting and building community. It's like, that's where your soul thrives, and your soul came here to experience that. And when we try to fit ourselves in this box of like, oh, I have to, even though of course it's convenient to be on the internet and, and be doing these things, but it's like, that's not what your soul is calling for. Your soul
Right.
wants this human connection and this interaction. And so that was something that was like, okay, don't spend your time doing this, spend your time doing this.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That was so amazing. And then what you shared with me about what my soul gifts are, just narrowing it down to these are my gifts that I was born with. That is what I'm meant to do in this lifetime, to serve, was also so helpful. And it just spoke to me because that's exactly how I've always lived my life. But then having like this, it's almost like highlighting it was so effective.
Right, because what I find too when I do these readings is that people, because it's so much of who we are, we don't even sometimes recognize that it is a gift, and that it's easy for us to do these things. And we try to, for whatever reason, we try to do something else or something different. But it's almost like you just need someone to shine the spotlight and say,
Right.
oh no, wait, this is your gift, and this is who you are. And this is what's going to make life so much easier when we go with our soul instead of against ourselves.
Right. And that's what happened with the referral coming in right away. There was an ease and flow to it. It's not like, I'm not going to put in the work or do all that thing, but there's an ease and flow, which tells you that you're on the right path. That resistance is not there.
Exactly. And so for those of you who are joining, I'm sharing, Padma is so graciously said that she would come on and share her experience from an Akashic record reading this morning that I gave to her. And if you've never heard of the Akashic records before, it's basically just an energetic database. Imagine like a library card catalog for your soul. Each soul has their own record. And the way that I've been trained and certified in reading the record is to go in and see what is your soul blueprint. who are you at soul level? What are your unique divine gifts? And then how can you take those gifts and apply them to whatever you're looking to create what you want? That's the first part of the reading. And then the second part of the reading is called blocks and restrictions. So we're looking at what are our patterns of choice that came in this life or past lives that are blocking us from creating what we really want. And so it's a very, very specific, by the end of the reading, you know, without a shadow of a doubt, what exactly needs to shift for you and how you can use your gifts to create what you want and make new choices. Um, so if anyone is here, if you're interested, if you feel like you've been stuck in maybe you're taking a lot of action, but you're not really getting anywhere, or maybe you don't even know where to begin, you're like, you know, in overwhelm, you're like, I could do all these things and you could put your attention in all these areas, but you feel lost. If you would like a very specific blueprint and how you can move forward and create what you want and what new choices you can start making, just go ahead and put a 3 in the comments and I'll reach out to you and we'll connect. It's a very, very powerful reading. And I just want to thank Padma. Thank you so much. And if you just joined too, she shared about how literally before we were off the call, she had one of the things I said was that your best asset is your relationships and being able to use those and asking for referrals. And she had a referral literally before we were off the call.
That was really amazing. Yeah.
So
I also wanted to just share one thing that you started off by saying, you know, by knowing we are all co-creators of our life, and by knowing where my gifts are and where my blocks are, it helps me feel more empowered in co-creating my life, and then it's much easier to be in flow.
exactly. Because then you're not in a victim. You're not like, oh my gosh, life is happening to me. All these things are coming at me. You're taking responsibility. You're saying, oh no, this is actually I have a choice here in what I do next.
Right. That was also like everything you said in that call. I'm going to go and listen to it again. That was also very helpful. You recorded the whole thing, which was really helpful because there was so much information coming. I want to go back and re-listen to the whole thing.
Exactly. And that's exactly why I record them. And people say that they'll go back and listen to them several times because each time they listen, they pick up a new thing that they actually didn't get in the first, in the first round listening to it. And so really this is not a typical intuitive reading. When I go into your Akashic records, I do this before we have the session. So I'm spending my time beforehand going into your records, doing my whole process to gather all of the information. And then when we come into the session, I'm presenting it to you. So it's not like an angel card reading where I'm doing it on the fly. I'm preparing things beforehand. And then that is what I'm sharing with you. And it's recorded. So Jessica, the reading is $4.97 because it is so in depth and it is so powerful. It's really like if you're ready to go deep fast and to make radical changes in a very short period of time, this is the reading for you to do. Because it does not have to take weeks, months, years to make these changes. That's the beauty of it, is that we can go so deep, so fast, and it is pinpointed exactly what needs to change in order for you to be able to move forward. So.
And I can attest to that. Like it happened even before our call got over.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that so much. It's just to me, it's just, the universe like affirming, yes, because you were saying that was one of your biggest things was like, I always felt so uncomfortable asking for referrals.
Right.
And then it just came.
Yes. Yes, right away. Yeah.
Right.
So that was amazing.
So you are in that place where you want to have a radical shift in a very short period of time and learn what your gifts are and how to use them I will work for it. I love it, Jessica. I promise you it will be worth it. It will be worth it, okay? So if you want to be able to make a huge shift in a very short period of time and really use your gifts to be in the flow and to have this be, I don't want to say easy, but it doesn't have to be so hard when we know and when we work with our gifts. So Padma, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing your experience. I'm so grateful for you. And if
Me too.
anyone would like to, if you have any other questions about the readings, or if the reading is sparking a chord in you and you're interested, definitely message me, or you can put a 3 in the comments and I'll reach out to you. But thank you so much, Padma. And thank you all to everyone who is listening today. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. See you soon.